This is a team that has already advanced to the next round, but they can obviously put themselves in a much better position Friday against Spain. I mean, that's a nice luxury, isn't it?
It is. Don't sleep on Spain, though. I mean, they've got, again, they had a really tough start against the Aussies and then played much better against Greece. Go back a year, or not less than a year, into September at the FIBA World Cup. Spain's probably got a chip on its shoulder. First of all, number one, they need a win to get in. Obviously, whether it's in the standings or the wild card, but Canada beat Spain. The most historic win for Canada beyond this Olympic win and that bronze medal win last year was the win over Spain to get a spot. And, they only beat them by 3 points that day. It took Shai Gilgeous-Alexander being superhuman down the stretch to get that win. So I'm sure they've got a chip on their shoulder. But I also think the key for Canada is not only to get this W, to get 3-0, but also to roll up some points. You might see that if they do have a heavy lead, they're not going to sit back because point differential means a lot here as you move forward. France has a big match with Germany. The French have a huge point differential in their group, and it's kind of a funky system. The top two teams in each group move on, then the next two best, and then they have a draw. But the top teams, obviously, in point differential, if you're undefeated, there's a great what you want to do at all costs is avoid the United States until the final. That's what you want.
Without a doubt.
Avoid the United States. And hey, listen, Canada's played great, but if you've watched the United States, this looks like an indomitable force right now. Yeah, they've had some hiccups, but could Canada beat the States? I think it's going to be a Canada-United States gold medal final. I really do.
Well, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Could they beat them? I mean, I think realistically, you look at it. Canada's got 11 of the 12 players have had NBA experience. Really, one or two all-star players, an MVP runner-up. But if you look at the United States, they've got 12 all-stars. So it's like it's really going to be tough. But I do think, as you guys talked about, coaching, FIBA rules, which are very different, quick game, 10-minute quarters. That's what we've noticed.
Yeah.
And if you can control possessions and play great D, and by the way, two guys that we haven't really talked about. You talked about Lou Dort. Dylan Brooks is the key to this team. People can't stand playing against Dylan Brooks, but if I am wearing the maple leaf, I love him. I love Dylan Brooks and the way he plays. And remember, against the United States in September, in the bronze medal game, he had 39. That's a Canadian record. So they have the weaponry to do it, just different than the United States. But I really am anticipating, and I think Friday's a big one. They have to roll up some points to try to avoid the United States at all costs until the gold medal game.